Alright, archery family, it's Paul here. I wanted to do a little video today about the little things. I do those a lot because the little things are always important. And today I want to talk about the little thing called back tension, which honestly it's not a little thing, it's a big thing. It's a really big part of your shot if you want it to go correctly. And it's a big part of form if you want your form not to break down. But it's the easiest part of your form to forget sometimes if you don't really bring it back into the forefront of your mind and check it at different stages of your shot process. So I wanted to do a little video. I put one together yesterday and it didn't turn out like I wanted to. I was all excited about it and just got to talking 90 miles an hour and just babbling. So I wanted to come out here today and do another one for you. But I wanted to break down the 3 places in a shot that I find myself, and I'm sure if it happens to me, it happens to other people, that where you lose back tension unintentionally, and if you don't realize it or catch it, it'll mess your shot up. And honestly, if you lose back tension any time after you've drawn the bow, your shot's done. I mean, you'll never get that back tension back. I can't do it, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can't either. It's very hard under the stress of, or under the weight of the bow, to actually get that back tension back once you've lost it. And when you do, your mind's all over the place trying to think about other things. So a lot of the archers that I see that have good back tension and don't lose it during shot are archers that set the back tension as they're drawing to anchor. I got this idea from Fawn Gerard. She does it. She'll draw back, she'll set her back in, and she'll come into anchor, and her back's loaded. She's got all the back tension she needs for her shot, and she keeps it through the entirety of her shot process. I started doing this and it's helped me tremendously, because I was coming to draw, or coming to anchor, and then I was trying to set my back. Well, I couldn't get it after I got to draw, so I had to preload the back tension, and it'll look a little something like this. I'll draw, I'll pick my spot, I'll kind of draw back, get my back, and then come up to anchor. If you follow solid archery mechanics at all, Tom Clum calls that load and then coming into anchor. So you'll come back and you'll load the shot and you'll come to anchor. So when we load our shot is one of the places I see where we lose back tension is, and this is what I was doing sometimes when I would lose mine, is I would overdraw. I would come back on an overdraw, and then instead of letting down and starting over, I would kind of try to creep back forward into my anchor. Well, if you creep forward at all after you've come to draw, you've lost your back tension. It's gone. You can have no forward movement other than your shoulders coming together. If your hand doesn't move from where you've anchored, you lose your back tension, or you lose your draw by your shoulders collapsing forward. You collapse in on the shot and your back tension is gone. Start over, let down, start over again. So what I want to do is load the back, not with an overdraw, but load the back to draw. So I'll load the back, come in to my anchor, I'll find my gap. Finding gap is another big place where people lose their back tension, because they're so focused on setting the tip or setting the sight picture that they're not paying attention, and they'll relax. And when they relax, they're losing that back tension. The relaxation can only come from what is set, and that should be your back. So when you get back and you set your anchor, set your gap and be mindful to keep that back tension correct. The third place I see is ones with an expanding release, whether it be through a clicker, feather to nose, or if you release subconsciously, but your subconscious release in the last part of your shot process is an expansion, is to make sure that that front shoulder doesn't have any rearward movement, because really what you're doing is you're shifting your expansion. You're not really truly expanding. Expanding comes from the expanding of the chest, the separation, and shot breaks, it's gone. If you have any kind of raise of that front bow arm shoulder, you'll lose back tension that way as well. So here's what a shot looks like with complete back tension from start to finish. hand ends up somewhere right here at the ear. No dramatic flinging back on the arm or this stuff right here. It's fake news. So keep the back tension. It's a small thing that we oftentimes forget, but it can lead to some really bad rights and lefts. It can lead to some really bad, if you're expanding trying to find the feather to nose, or if you're expanding trying to find that clicker, you'll never find it. If you're not holding with that back and truly expanding with tension in the right direction, if you've lost it, you'll never get back to it without an improper expanding of jerking the arm back. And that's not what we want to do. Just like that. This is Paul. I'm signing out. Hope it helps. Y'all shoot straight. God bless.